is Falita here, and if you are new here, I make travel vlogs and give you detailed information which you'll not find anywhere else. So in this vlog, I'm going to tell you about how I spent almost a week in Sydney, Australia. So this was the second time when I was traveling Sydney. I have traveled last year as well. So I'm going to give you a brief idea about Sydney and how it works, everything. So last year I went in the month of June, and this year I went in the month of August. So both the times the temperature was around 15 to 20 degrees, and you can carry a light jacket or a fleece jacket, and sometimes it was cold and you need a good jacket. For local transportation, you are going to need an Opal card for metro and trains, which you will get in this departmental store called Woolworths, where you'll also get a phone SIM card for yourself if you have not purchased it at the airport, just in case. So once you get the card there, you have to recharge there itself. There is no system of cash in Australia. Basically, predominantly it is cards. So I think just few stops is where I saw kiosks where they give you tickets with the help of your credit card and cash, but this is not there on all the stops. Also, if you are traveling from airport to the city, wherever you are, if you take a train, it's going to be very expensive compared to taking a bus. So bus, I traveled from airport to Mascot. It took me around $2, but the train is going to be $17 to $20. Alternatively, you can also activate the tap system on your credit card, and it will work wondrously. But do not forget to activate the international transactions, because some banks may block your card if they see, they might find it suspicious that you are in India and you are this transaction in other currency. So remember to do that, and it will work beautifully across all the public transport, train, metros and buses in Sydney. Days this year, I went and did the Sydney Opera House tour. I wanted to do it last year desperately, but I did not get the opportunity to do so. But I'm so glad that I did it, because I really love that place. I think one of the few man-made structures that I love is going to be Sydney Opera House. So basically, mind-blowing and jaw-dropping stories of the Opera House, of how it came to being and how unfortunately the land was taken from the Aboriginals by not rightful manner and in an unlawful way. Sydney Opera House was started by one of the architects who was from Europe, and the politicians back then wanted something astounding for Sydney where art can flourish. So that's the reason why the entire thing started. But when he started, the project went on. Obviously, they faced a lot of physics, mathematical and scientific challenges. But by the time the architect found the solution, the political party changed, and the Opera House was no longer an important thing for the city. So after that, the architect was very upset and angry. He left. Then the locals protested. That's when the political party got it back. They hired new architects, and they had estimated the expense around $7 million, but it went up to around $100 or $200 million. So how did they get this money? It was not taxpayers' money, but they gambled the $7 million they had. They gambled the money and they won a lottery, and that's how they built the Opera House. The link for Opera House tour is given in the description box below, so you guys can book your tour as well. You can just show up, and there are tours running every half an hour or 45 minutes from I think 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. but just check the timings on the internet.
The color of the tiles is creamish color, so when the sun reflects, the rays are not hard on your eyes, and it's pretty subtle. There's gap given for iron rods to expand nicely, and it's spacious. We were very lucky to have experienced the Sydney orchestra team practice just a day before their event, free of cost. And Opera House is right opposite the Harbour Bridge. You can take a train to the station called Circular Quay and walk up to 800 or 600 meters, which is 5 to 10 minutes only. Apart from having a guide there is also 5 to 10 minutes of show that the guide will tell you and take you all around. Now, of lately, since a year, the Australian government is recognizing the Aboriginal people, and you can see their flag here as well, which I found very respectful considering the horrible history and the horrible things Europeans have done to these Aboriginals. And just one ridiculous and funny thing I found for trains. I mean, what was the marketing team thinking with this line?
Options of free walking tour which you can find on Guruwalk, as well as free Sydney tours. I'll link both the links in the description box below for you guys, and you can check it out. The next day I went to my favorite place, that is Bondi Beach, and I've always wanted to swim there on Bondi Iceworks. I figured out how to go there. Even non-members can swim there for $9 as on 2023. So yeah, but I did not get a chance because the weather was very unpredictable, and by the time I reached there it became sunny. So I was not carrying proper clothing to go and swim there, but I did enjoy the beach. So you can get down at Bondi Junction and take a train to Bondi Beach. Everything is clearly written there. You cannot miss reaching Bondi. It is that easy. They have made it that way. You can also do Bondi to Coogee Walk, which is around 10 kilometers, and it takes about 1 to 2 hours to reach one way. Both the places have beautiful and gorgeous rock pools where you can swim. So Coogee rock pool is the one which I saw last year while I was there, and there also I think the guests can go and swim. Both the places have toilets, bathrooms to take a shower, change, dry yourself. The beaches also have showers at random places, so that once you come out of swimming from the beach, you can take a shower or dust off the sand from your feet. Everything is so thoughtful and located at every distance so that you don't feel discomfort at all.
Opposite Bondi Beach, there are numerous restaurants, and we had a Vietnamese bao for lunch with some fries from Polo. There is delicious ice creams from Anita, but I would recommend Ben & Jerry's over Anita because of the taste. This bus stop here at Bondi Beach has this function where you press it and it smells of chocolate, and opposite this is Ben & Jerry's ice cream store. I really love the marketing gimmick here.
If you love shopping, then this mall is the place for you in Sydney, because there are all major brands like Coach, Tommy Hilfiger, Ralph Lauren, Puma, you name it, and that mall has it, where there is discount going on from 30% to 60 to 70% all the time. So the discount keeps on ranging, of course, season to season. They have a Lind cafe where the desserts are brilliant, obviously, but this mall is a one-stop solution if you love shopping, and also if you want branded things, shoes, purses, glares, clothes, everything at a discount. So Puma has t-shirts and cohort sets starting from $15, which is very cheap, 15 Australian dollars. Then Tommy Hilfiger for like good hoodies, good sweatshirts for $20 to $50 per set. Socks are there for $10 of Tommy Hilfiger. Plus there's Armani, where the watches are of around $100 to $200, which again is a steal deal considering the kind of brands that are available and the costing that's there. The next important thing that I love the most is NatGeo has awarded this bookstore as one of the best top 50 bookstores in the world, and which again is near Bondi Junction and Bondi Beach. So this bookstore is called, I forgot the name, but it ends with and Alice. I'm going to mention it here. It's a good walk from one of the bus stops at Bondi Beach. You can put the location on Google Maps and it will tell you where to get down and how much to walk. So this bookstore has a lot of books like The Book Thief, the recent ones, everything which is signed by the authors themselves. So this I have not seen anywhere else. Plus it's also a cafe where you'll get to eat a lot of things, and cherry on the cake is that this bookstore also sells second-hand books. So I got a good deal again and picked up some books from there. While you are in Sydney, do follow this page called Cross Junction. They do events regularly, and one of the events I attended was networking event where there was quiz, People from all ethnicities and countries got to know each other because that's how the quizzes were played, and it was a very good time. Do follow that page. I'm going to link them again in the description box below, so it's easier for you guys to follow them and have a great time when you are in Sydney. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and do wait for part 2. For that, you'll have to hit the subscribe button to be updated with it.